Not sure if you all know this, but Adrian and I both have YouTube channels. My YouTube channel, if you can please subscribe, is Nevermore Records. Adrian's is Plastic Realm Toys. You can also follow us on Instagram at HNH_podcast and find us on Facebook. We even have a private group. Just send a request and we'll let you in. Follow our recording studio on Instagram at Nevermore_records_EPTX and our guitar company on Instagram at Nevermore_guitars.
Tonight we're going to have a...
I heard everybody in the crowd like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
You're expecting some guy to be like, hey guys, thank you for coming.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was quite the opposite. All right, motherfuckers, what we're going to do now. And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Half and Half Podcast.
Hey,
girlfriend.
sorry,
You got
had some stuff in my throat.
You got pube in your throat?
Yep. So we were supposed to be at my house.
Yeah, and we totally forgot.
Totally forgot. So next best thing is we decided to put on a movie for. You don't want to see these ugly mugs. Well, my ugly mug.
You're beautiful. You need to stop. Yes, in the spirit of Halloween, Paul decided to put on a horror movie so we can get the spooky...
Horror movie?
You're a whore. What's up, man?
Nothing. I feel like I just saw you last night.
That's because I did. We did.
We had dinner.
Yeah.
We held hands.
Yep. We were rubbing legs while we were eating.
Yeah, I was going to say you touched my leg. So for our listeners... We went to see Cigarettes After Sex last night.
Yes. Fucking amazing.
Well, so we purposely didn't talk about it this morning because I wanted to hear your take on it.
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
I thought it was great, man. I mean, they're...
And real quick, sorry, let me preface this.
Mm-hmm.
For our listeners that are not from El Paso, Cigarettes After Sex, I don't know which members, I don't know. I know the original member, Greg, the singer, is originally... formed and formulated here in El Paso.
Yeah.
And I believe it was like their first show since they got big. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think they've been here
if
for
you
a
go to my
long
YouTube
time.
channel, Nevermore Records, about 4 years ago, I interviewed the original keyboardist of the band, who it's crazy because they don't even have a keyboardist anymore.
Yeah.
It's all backing tracks now.
You know, I saw that dude like 9 times last night. He walked in front of me. He was behind me. He was over here.
Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was hoping I'd run into him. I need to text him. So that's cool. Yeah. Go check out that video. Philip Tubbs interviewed him about his project that I think just doesn't exist anymore, which is really sad because it was really good.
It was really good. Pink, orange, red, I think, something like that.
I can't find anything anymore. I have the songs though, but yeah. So anyways, really cool to see an El Paso band playing one of our biggest what do you call it, arenas?
Yeah.
It's an arena.
Don Haskins.
Yeah, Don Haskins. Pretty
Yeah.
big. So, thoughts?
I thought it was great. It was weird that there was no opener, right? Because there wasn't like a break of flavors. You know what I
Right.
mean? They went on very late. They're supposed to start at 8. They didn't go on till like 8:45.
Past your bedtime.
Yeah, dude, I was like this. Fuck. I'd been drinking.
And you had to be on the floor, which I was like...
Yeah, it wasn't that bad because of where we were at.
Well, because you're muscular.
We weren't surrounded by people.
Yeah.
You know
Well, I'm
what
just
I
saying because you got to, like, you have the legs to, like, hold it up.
Yeah.
I would have been, my back is dying. I got to sit down. I love the fact that nobody stood up. I loved it.
You know what? And I thought people were, and even Dina said, she's like, no one's going to stand up at this concert.
We were some of the oldest people there. You realize that?
Now, there were a lot of older people, but I was shocked on how many young people there were because these dudes are our age.
Yeah.
And they've been around for
I
a
want
long
to say
time.
94% of the people there were like straight out of high school or in high school still.
Yeah.
I even told my wife, I was like, I should have known better there was going to be a lot of parking because everybody was like having their moms drop them off and shit.
I told my wife, I said, this is how you can tell an age difference in concerts, right? So I'll touch on it here in a little bit.
Oh, really?
And I'll touch you. I saw Foo Fighters last week, right?
Yeah.
The Foo Fighters
Right.
were in town. Fucking amazing show, but I'll go back to that. But the Foo Fighter concert, full of old geriatric fucks. I even texted you that. Dude, the beer line, fucking eternal.
Yeah.
Here, I would walk right up to fucking grab
Everybody
a beer,
had
dude.
popcorn and Cokes.
Dude, I hear people like, dude, should we get a funnel cake? Last week, it was like, dude, it was a fucking beer.
Yeah. I was telling my daughter. So it was my daughter's first official like concert.
Big concert.
Yeah, because I've taken her to like club shows, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But this was like a big show, and it was her first. And I was just like, I feel like you're not getting the experience here because everybody was so quiet.
Just sitting down.
Yeah, everybody was like talking. Like it was just so different. It was so. I was like, I'm used to. Remember back in the day that one guy at all the metal shows, he would like throw his jacket up.
Oh, Glenn Garza.
No, it wasn't Glenn. It was somebody else. It was some other guy.
I thought it was Glenn.
Glenn, I think he kind of did it too, but no, Simon was his name.
Simon, the Metal Jesus.
Yeah,
is what we used to call him.
he passed away. But here in El Paso, we had this guy locally. Whenever you went to a rock show, he was always on the floor, like riling up the crowd.
He would stand up on like the sides. They had like those metal bars.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
would just stand up there and like Jesus it out, and everybody would pay more attention to him than whatever else.
Yeah.
Else
It was
going
like
on.
you got a show before the show.
Yeah.
You have rowdy audiences, and this was different. I felt like we were going to church.
Well, I mean, you got to also take into consideration the genre of band that we saw last night, right?
True.
For those of you who have not heard Cigarettes After Sex, it's very mellow, very sad, with like zero energy.
Which is crazy because like before last night, I love that band.
Yeah.
I genuinely like they are a great band. I listen to them all the time. But now after last night, I'm like, damn, should I be listening to them? I feel like
It's crazy.
I'm that one old guy.
I'm backwards, dude. Last night, I told my wife this. I said, had I known very sad music like this would have a big impact on people, because to me, to me, the sadder the better.
Yeah.
I love sad music.
Right.
Right. I said I would have put a fucking album out years ago, because that's all that comes out of me is sad music. Like when I write, it's all sad, all the time.
So what I love about them too is like not only is it sad, but it's so simple. You know, it's so simple. Like the drummer has a ride, a kick, and a snare.
And to me, and that's another thing I was telling her last night. She was like, it kind of sounds like one. She likes them, not the biggest fan.
If you haven't listened to them regularly, it's gonna sound like every song's gonna sound the same.
Right. But I told her, musicians will catch on. The drummer is what makes everything sound the same, because he rides it.
It's the
and
same
it's
beat.
real.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he were to zhuzh it up a bit, give it a little zhuzh, it would sound completely different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will say that, okay, before I get into like talking about the music and the performance, I was telling my wife, I was like, dude, these guys are smart. These guys are making a killing, because think about it. I don't know if they're all three original members. I don't know if they're hired guns. I know Greg's an original member.
Yeah.
But let's just say all three are original. There's only 3 members.
Yeah.
Dude, that production setup was minimal as fuck.
Yeah.
No opener. So that means nobody to share money with.
They raked in all that cash.
Dude, and then not only that, like live performance wise, very simple. Like that, those guys can perform till they're 90 years old.
Yeah.
And never skip a beat.
Right.
So they're not going to put all this wear and tear on their bodies. Dude, it is looking at it, not from a music standpoint, from a business standpoint, that's a smart fucking plan.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, they had white lights the whole night.
Yeah.
A little bit of fucking.
The back screen that had a missing tile.
Yeah. You noticed that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and that's another thing I said last night. I said, man, I wish I could be in a band where I'm not sore for 5 days.
Dude, right?
After playing.
Yeah, I was just like, man, I would walk off stage feeling like, all right, let's go do something.
Yeah, exactly. I could work out. I'm hungry. Like after I play, I'm like, I just want to go lay down.
Now that I just got that out of my system,
Yeah.
But you know what? It was genius though. It was genius because it was like he didn't do very much in terms of performance.
No, at all.
He didn't have to.
Yeah.
The dude would take 2 steps in front of his mic and everybody would go crazy, which was weird because I was like, these are all like high schoolers going crazy for a guy that's our age. So like what you said earlier, like it's weird. But anyways, it sounded great.
It did. Yeah.
The songs are amazing. It was a very different type of experience.
Yeah.
Personally, I really enjoyed it.
I did too. I had a great time. I mean, again, it wasn't what I'm normally used to. You know what I mean? Truth be told, would I do it again? Probably not.
No, really?
Because I already got through it. You know what I mean? And it's not like, what are they going to do this time? You know what I mean? I'm one of those one and done type of guys. Like when we saw the Chili Peppers the second time last year, whenever the fuck it was, I told my wife, I said, I don't want to go. It's a lot of money for a band we've already seen. I'm a one and done type of dude.
And normally I'm like that too. Like with Chili Peppers, same.
Yeah.
But there are certain bands that I could say, like, I could see this again. And I could see, again, half and half. I could totally see that over again.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but would I go out of my way and fight for tickets and shit? No.
It's funny because I posted a little clip of my interview with Phil when we were talking about his voice. And I was like, at first I was in the clip, I'm talking about how at first I thought he was a girl, the same as I thought Billy Corgan was a girl when I heard Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah. And Philip was like, dude, he's got a really deep voice. And last night was like, it was like, and then also like,
hey, so tonight we're going to have a...
I heard everybody in the crowd like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
you're expecting some guy to be like, hey guys, thank you for coming.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was quite the opposite. All right, motherfuckers, what we're going to do now.
So good, dude. Oh, but
you know that reminds me of?
What?
We have a friend, Ben. Remember Ben used to do that? We're going totally off track now, but it's okay. He's got this really high voice, not really high, but he's got like a voice like ours, right? But he had this thing where he would answer the phone. Yep. He would go, hello?
Yeah.
And I go, Ben, oh, hey, what's up, man? Mother, why do you do that?
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
Oh, gosh, man. But overall, a good experience.
10 out of 10.
What I really liked, what really sealed the deal for me is at the end of the night, I asked my daughter, because it was, again, her first concert. I know one of her favorite experiences, and one of my favorite experiences every time we do it is Disneyland and Universal. And I looked at her and I go, Disneyland or this concert? And she goes, this concert by far.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, wow. So it really impacted her. She never films. She never takes pictures. Nothing, dude. Every song, there she was.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. So
I love her. Yeah, dude. My kids are opposite. They're getting a little on the greedy side, dude. Their thing is concerts, right? So for like the past, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years, something like that, all we do is concerts. And now it's always like, hey, guess who's coming into town? Give me your card. And I'm like, it's a fucking $1,000. So now it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then fucking hundreds of dollars worth of merch. And I'm like, y'all need to slow your roll
that shit's expensive.
a little bit. Yeah. I'm this is our last concert for the year. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I'm tapped out, dude. I'm concert out.
Well, even like going back to earlier in the week, I went to go see Fear Factory.
Yeah.
Hence the hat. Dude, I bought my daughter some, I took her with me. I bought her some sweatpants. Fear Factory sweatpants. Who would have ever thought? $50 fucking, dude.
Dude, last night I got myself a t-shirt. My daughter wanted like one of their long sleeve shirts. $105 for 2 fucking things.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife and my daughter, they were both, I was in line and it's like, I hope you guys are eyeballing those t-shirts and not those hoodies over there. So yeah, they each got a shirt.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you went to Fear Factory on Monday.
Yeah.
I went to Foo Fighters last Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, incredible.
Which is, again, half and half. One of the bands that for some reason, as much as I love them, I never wanted to see them live.
Dude, I didn't either. We fought about this concert. My wife was like, because my son and my wife, I guess.
My wife.
I guess they're both big Foo Fighter fans. I'm not. I like them. I'm a hits guy when it comes to Foo Fighters, right? The hits. But it was a fucking amazing show. The Breeders opened, which was one of my favorite bands when I was a kid. They were boring as fuck though, man.
Really? Yeah.
The Dio sisters are old. They're like 62 now.
So it's like watching what is it? The girls from Hocus Pocus.
Basically.
or was that other group that was really popular and I never said with Carney Wilson.
Oh, Wilson Phillips. Yes. That was a good fucking song though. But my only beef with that concert was it was too fucking long, dude. The Foo Fighters played for almost 3 hours.
Yeah.
So you get to a point where you're like, Come on, guy.
Yeah, I could see that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the standing sucked, but like even throughout the set, people are like, "Fuck it, I'm sitting down." So when the guy in front of me sat down, I sat down too.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
he stood up, I had to stand up because I couldn't see. You know what I
Right.
mean? Great fucking show though. They put on a hell of a show. When I say they, I mean Dave Grohl. You know, bass player Nate. He's always been that dude that just stood there.
Right.
Pat Smear. You know, he gets into it a little bit. The other guitar player a little bit.
Shit smear. Pat smear.
Dude, but he was introducing the band, right? This is this guy, this is that guy. So rest in peace. Taylor Hawkins passed away. I didn't know who they were gonna have.
Josh Freese.
Yeah, when I walked in, I was like, "Holy fuck!" So he starts introducing all the members, right? He gets to Pat Smear. He didn't say anything, and Pat Smear, because everyone just knows that's the Nirvana guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gets to Nate, and everyone just knows him as the Foo Fighters.
Right.
But as true fans, I'm like, that's the fucking bass player, Sunny Day Real Estate, dude. What are you doing? Why are you?
Oh, that's true.
Why are you not like hyping that?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know who Sunny Day Real Estate.
That's why I said true fans.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, I was like, they're fucking amazing.
Right.
Top 20 for sure. Anyway, he gets to Josh Freese and he's mentioning the Vandals and Nine Inch Nails and blah blah. He leaves that fucking Perfect Circle.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
To me, that was one of his best projects, aside from Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's definitely a good replacement, but I mean, honestly, I think I would have been more wanting to see him had Taylor Hawkins still been here.
Oh, absolutely.
Taylor Hawkins to me is a big part.
Yeah, my kid gives me shit about that all the time. We're supposed to go see them like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
We had something else going on. I said, "No, man, I can't swing it." Right. And I was like, "Dude, nothing's gonna happen." Taylor Hawkins passed away. Yeah. It's like he gives me shit for that.
Well, speaking of bands with like original, well, was it good? It was good overall, other than it being long.
Yeah, great fucking show. Yeah.
Well, like Fear Factory. So I went to go see them. Nick Shingelis, is that how you say it? Shingelis that we had on our show, episode 59, 60, around there, something like that. He's in a band. He's in many bands, but he's in one band called Havoc.
Yeah.
And the drummer of Havoc is now the drummer for Fear Factory.
Right.
That guy's a beast, man, dude. As it is, when I saw him play with Havoc, I was like, "Holy shit!" And then seeing him, because dude, to be a drummer for Fear Factory.
Oh yeah.
It's not just anybody.
No, hell no. When you challenged me with them, yeah, they're fucking great.
He was the drummer. Bass player filling in right now is actually a bass player from a local band here in El Paso, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's a brand new singer, some young dude, who did a great job, by the way. He sounded just like the original singer. So the only original member in that band was the guitar player, who's Dino Casares. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, it's cool. You're still seeing Fear Factory and everything, but it's one of those situations where, again, you know, you're seeing bands that are not complete, you know, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but I don't know.
No, I agree with you. Had I seen the Chili Peppers with John, whatever the hell I forgot his name. The guy before they brought John Frusciante back.
Oh yeah, I always forget his name.
I probably would have been like,
yeah. I enjoyed seeing him though. Yeah, that kid was cool. He was like a baby John Frusciante.
That's what I didn't like. Come on, guy, do your own thing.
But I give him credit for, because I mean it's hard to be a John Frusciante.
Very hard. Going back to Fear Factory real quick and Dino Casares, I always tell you when I'm on shift, I go down the YouTube rabbit hole big time because you run out of shit to do. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it was because I don't know if it was around the time of the Fear Factory thing. I don't even know if I probably may have already brought this up. Fucking old age. I had no idea he was one of the founding and almost basically his idea of Brujeria.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no fucking idea.
So he's in Brujeria?
He was at the beginning. I don't know about it anymore.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, at the beginning.
I know. I remember hearing that Max Cavalera had something to do with it too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, that album cover always gave me the creeps as a kid because I was.
We were like the cut off, the
14
heads.
or 15, something like that.
Yeah,
but you know
now because we live in pretty much in Juarez, we see them outside everywhere. No, I'm just kidding.
But do you know that's where that picture's from?
From Juarez?
A cartel, not from.
Yeah,
Juarez,
from a cartel. Yeah. Of course.
I made it even creepier for me. Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Yeah, it happens. All right. Anything else on shows or catching up?
Oh, real quick. So, not so much last night, right? Because it was a younger crowd. But I started because I've been going to concerts a lot more lately, I've been trying to, you start to get involved in your surroundings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever noticed, especially in El Paso, the dad uniform?
No.
So it's like you have dudes within our age range, give or take, plus or minus, within our range. And it's like, you can tell, like, they got the rocker in them, right? Or they like these rock bands, and they're probably straight-laced dudes outside.
Right.
But if you look at them, it's a band t-shirt, blue jeans, and Converse.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. With a hat.
Or like a baseball tee, those baseball tees?
Yeah.
Blue jeans and Converse. There is a sea of Converse at older people's shows.
Yeah.
Last week when I was at the Foo Fighters, I was like, these fucking motherfuckers. And I looked down, I was like, fuck, I'm wearing my Converse.
I can't wear Converse, man.
Why
my feet are too fat.
So are mine. They stretch.
Dude, I cannot. Like, that's why I wear nothing but Vans.
Well, they stretch, though, the canvas. Dude, I got lunch chef feet, big time.
I have tried, man. I can't. That's like the one kind of shoe that I just cannot, no matter what, wear.
You know what helps for people with wide feet? I don't tie my shoes.
Yeah, I know. You've always done that.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't buy shoes that have laces anymore, so.
Yeah. But that's only been happening in the past, like, 2 years. You've been
No,
doing
that's
that.
been happening the last, like, 8 years.
What?
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding?
Tennis shoes?
Yeah. I don't like fucking laces anymore. So for anybody watching, my feet smell good, I promise.
I know they do.
I have like every color of these known to man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't remember the last time I bought shoes that have laces on it. I can't fucking stand it.
Well, ever since you've left the teaching field, education field, you don't.
No, even then. Even when I was teaching. I always
had those nice, like, they're like sneakers, dress shoes.
Yeah, they were slip-ons.
I thought they had laces on them.
No, they were slip-ons.
I bought you Chuco boots like 5 years ago. Those had laces on them.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it's not something I wear every day. Like, if I'm gonna go somewhere dressed up nice or whatever, yeah, I have to put on shoes that are laces, right?
Oh, I see.
But day to day, and the
Yeah.
last time I actually bought shoes with laces, yeah.
Dude, the last time I tied a shoe, well, it's only happened more recently because at work I have to wear work boots.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to wear like the boots. Now I buy the ones with laces on them.
Yeah.
Because I'm a control room operator. I don't have to go through all that bullshit anymore. So I've recently started tying my shoes, but before that, I hadn't tied a shoe since tying my kids' shoes for them.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, just slip them on.
So we decided we're gonna introduce a new segment. We're good?
We're good. Oh man, you gotta let it be spontaneous.
No.
I thought we were just gonna go blah 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 blah.
I think it's hilarious.
No, I know, but I thought we were gonna rap and then me go, hey man, you know what time it is?
Oh, that's all right. Let's do it. Play it off.
All right, but, hey man, you know what time it is?
Time to call Ricky.
Time to call Ricky way.
So we're gonna start calling Ricky, and here's the thing: we're gonna let everybody in because we know he probably doesn't listen to this podcast, and if he does,
he doesn't even know what a podcast is.
So you guys remember last episode we called him?
Yeah.
He actually called me. I would say like a few days later, and I was like, hello, and then he hung up. And then I get a call like at 6:30 in the morning, like a few more days later, and he was like, hey, I called you the other day. And I was like, yeah, what happened? He was like, I got nervous and I hung up. I'm like, why would you get nervous? Rick is a very peculiar character, and
very.
He might say things that are maybe not the most appropriate. So that's why we were able to edit. So if there's a weird edit, you know why. It's just the way he is. It's just kind of the risk we have to take.
Yeah, no filter. He's not PC at all, right? Like real off the cuff. He'll say some shit that will get us in trouble.
So we decided that we're going to start calling him until he answers. And then when he does start to answer, after that, what we're going to do, future state, is come up with an interesting question to ask him.
Random.
We're not going to tell him he's on the show
at
all.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him know you're in the room with me.
Yeah.
I'll be like, and let's just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah.
You ready?
Do it.
Let's do it, Way.
We should make a jingle. Time to call Ricky.
Time to call.
What's up, we?
What's up, Paul?
What's up, wait?
What are you doing?
Nah, I'm just here with Adrian.
What's up, Adrian?
It's me, Ricky.
What's up, brother?
What's up, Papa?
¿Qué onda, papá?
Hey, I miss you.
I miss you too, bro. Miss you guys.
What are you doing, wait?
It's at work, way.
Is it what
You
time?
gonna go?
What time did you
Let's
go
go
in?
eat lunch. Let's go eat lunch.
I can't today, wait. I got a band to record. But you're all the way on the west side, dude.
But don't you come over here? You said sometimes you come over here.
Yeah, I do. I'm actually setting up the studio over there, but it's not not ready. It's not ready yet. We're actually on the east side studio right now. But now while we're in the studio, we're just talking about you. Want to see how you're doing?
Nah, everything's good, bro.
Yeah.
Thank God, bro. Yeah.
Well, Adrian misses you a lot.
I love you.
Yeah. Adrian.
Chimari Sweets. What?
Hey, Adrian. Dude, I tell people, dude, I could tell you some stories. Oh, dude.
I know.
You should do some crazy shit. And then me and Paul would tell you guys, we're going to go bring equipment, guys. All right, we'll be back. We go to Taco Bell. And then you guys would be like, where the fuck were you guys? We're getting equipment. me and Paul go get gordita crunches at
Fuck
Taco
yeah,
Bell.
wait. I still order those to this
Fuck
day.
yeah,
wait.
remember that shit,
Yeah.
Paul?
Hell yeah,
They
wait.
just came out. That gordita crunch had just came out.
Yeah, dude. Gordita crunch
And
with
me-
the extra Baja sauce, way.
Yeah. I still eat that to this fucking day, bro. Fuck yeah. Yeah, some crazy fucking stories, dude.
Yeah, way. Hey, what time's your lunch at? Not today, but like normally.
It doesn't matter, bro. Like 12, 1, 2.
All right. I'm going to be over there on the
Just let
west
me
side
know.
more.
Yeah. When you're here, hit me up, Paul. We'll go eat, wait.
All right, dude.
Union Bar, it's up here, up the street. Like every Wednesday, they have dollar pizzas, bro. They're pretty fucking good, man.
Yeah, let's do it, dude.
That's what I mean. Like next week, Adrian, come with Paul, wait, next week.
Yeah, if I can, I got to see my work schedule.
All right, then, bro. All right, guys. Love you guys. Keep in touch.
Love
All
you,
right,
Wade.
dude. Love you too, way.
All right, later, bro.
All right,
Bye-bye.
later.
That's going to be a hard fucking edit, dude.
We knew he was going to say something.
Yeah, but you need to make that like seamless. Like this
Dude,
is we're cutting right
Come
now.
on. What do I look like?
Okay, so we're back in. So yeah, that was Ricky.
That was a hard edit. Dude, he said shit that people don't have to know that he said something like that. People have to know he said something like that's not cool.
Okay. So that was Ricky.
So there's gonna be a few choppy edits there.
Yeah, the guy goes completely left every single time. You can't have a normal conversation with the guy. But
I wish we could share everything, but it's just too. We don't want to get what do you call it? Canceled.
Canceled. Arrested. But so just so you guys know, that's what he sounds like, right? Like to put at least a voice to the name. He didn't drop a lot of ways in my opinion, but we'll get it out of him.
Right.
So that's our new segment. Time to call Ricky.
So next time we'll have a question.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we'll ask. We'll come up with the first couple of questions, and then after that, we'll ask our listeners to throw ideas for questions for him. But he's definitely a character. For those of you who don't remember who Ricky is, he was our original drummer for Aisling.
Yep.
And AISLING. By the way, we have stuff on Spotify and everywhere that you can listen to now. Old stuff that we did back in the early 2000s when we were just 5 years old.
Come on, a solid 7.5.
He was our original drummer, and we still talk and chat from time to time. He's just his personality is just it's just nothing but comedy.
He's one of those guys that he's for life, right? Like no matter how much time has passed, he's gonna be one of my best friends in the whole entire fucking world. We have history, we have drama, but he's just one of those guys that you can't help but love and want to take care of.
But love, did you say?
Oh, it's already been there, done that with that dude.
Love. All right. So, getting on to our next, that batch can scram.
Let's do it.
You go first.
I went with this female can scram. Again, I can't say batch when I'm speaking of these amazing female artists. I went with they've been around for a while. To be honest, I don't know how long. But anyway, I went with Otep Shamaya from Otep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, her screams are incredible. They have this song, I forgot the name of it. Apex Predator, where she does like this rapping thing and then she goes into screaming, but like the rasp in her voice. Anyway, she's amazing. I think she's a great screamer, a great singer. So Otep Shamaya from Otep.
I have a funny story about her.
What?
So the merchandise company that used to do speaking of Aisling, used to do our merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
They were based out of LA, and the person in charge of that was, I believe, my understanding, either like one of her best friends or like dating Otep.
Really?
Yeah, they were together. So, we would talk all the time, whatever. And Eric, my brother, went out to LA for a tattoo convention, and her and I were just shooting the shit. And I was like, yeah, my brother's going to be out there. And she was like, oh, you know what? Otep's really big into like tattoos. We'll probably go out there and check it out. So I called up Eric. I was like, hey man, like Otep's probably going to come out. And he was like, he knew who Otep was.
Yeah.
At that time is when they were really big. And so he says that she shows up and she's like, hey, and he just froze. Like he got like, I guess, starstruck.
Yeah.
And that she was like trying to talk to him and he was just like answering with like, I guess like yes, no answers. And just like
his voice got real
she
high.
was like, yeah, like she kind of like, she wanted a tattoo, I guess, or was interested, or even kind of like, hey, like, let's hang out, whatever. And she just kind of was like, okay, see you later.
He totally botched that.
Totally, dude. Totally. Funny
he probably
shit.
went home that night like, fuck, man.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That's crazy.
But yeah, she's badass. She's still full on like,
yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, mine batch can scram is more of a that batch can sing. I've mentioned this band a lot. I even challenged you with them, and I don't think I've mentioned it for that batch can sing. Something about his voice. If you're not into them, it's going to take some time to really listen to them and really put together just kind of how good this voice is. It's very distinct. And for me, and again, I'm really bad with names, so I didn't even look up his name, but the singer, whoever he is, for Two Door Cinema Club.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great
That
voice.
whole band all around is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't think, like, musically, they're so great.
Yeah.
But I don't think the singer gets enough credit for his vocal style.
I'll agree with you. Yeah. Great choice. That was probably one of my favorite challenges you've given me so far.
Yeah. Yeah, because you really, like, actually like them a lot.
Yeah, I discovered a lot about that band.
One of my favorite bands I've ever seen live, for sure, hands down, which was completely unexpected because I didn't realize they were going to put on such a great show. But, all right. You know what really chaps my ass, though? Do you have one today?
I don't.
You know what?
Harmonious
You know how last
vibe.
episode, what really chapped my ass was people's body odor?
Oh, yeah.
I think because last night was like primarily a bunch of like teenage girls and like girls in their early 20s. I didn't get any weird body odor
Told you,
stench.
girls don't smell that I know of.
I think it's because they go out of their way. Like I just got a lot of perfumes
Yeah.
everywhere. You know?
Actually, this one dude walked in front of me, and I swear to you, I was like, I'm gonna ask him because I'm a cologne guy, and he smelled amazing.
I have a funny story about that. I was in the merch line afterwards, and this girl's telling a story. She says, you know what? I was just standing there, and this gym bro, this buff guy, just walks up out of nowhere, and he smelled so good, and I wanted so bad to be like, hey, what are you wearing? Because it smells amazing. And I thought to myself, must have been Adrian.
Jupe for everybody who wants to
I
know.
was like, yeah, because that cologne doesn't exist anymore. That's
Yes,
I know. You can find it behind the everything like in Marshall's.
Yeah, that's the sad part is you can't. I don't know if you can go to like the big name stores and find it anymore, but I gotta go to Walgreens and fucking Walmart and shit to get it.
Hey, can you move those colognes out of the way? Because they're it's back there. Yeah, just blow the dust off.
That dusty purple box.
Yeah, it expired in 1992, but it's all right.
I've been wearing Jupe since literally 90, 89 or 90.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wearing that for a very long time.
Yeah.
I just how we grew up. My dad always wore cologne, and you know what I mean?
It's your
my scent.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Dude, I'll run into people that I haven't seen in decades, and they'll be like, "Fucker, still? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir."
All right. So for me, I'm gonna get a little serious here.
Oh, okay.
For what really chaps my ass.
Okay.
Everybody knows I'm a history guy.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school for that, and so I'm also a very big political science nerd and all that stuff. But I wanted to call attention to what's going on right now in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been watching it?
No. I know shit's going on over there, and I know it's bad. I just don't know why it happened and
So
what's going on.
The reason why I decided to bring this up is it does connect to music in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to get into the history of it. I mean, I can really. Long story short, I think it was 1948. Israel, Jewish people were put in a certain area or allowed to live into. They were pretty much created a country for them post World War II. Well, the place they did it was in Palestine, which belongs to a religion that's counter to the Jewish religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it created. It's just like a disaster. It's a place where people just want to have their sovereignty and be there and be have their own country and place to be, especially after experiencing something as horrible as the Holocaust.
Right.
And then the people that are there are like, no, this is our land, get the fuck out. And so it's just been a bowl of just war and tension. And so they've been essentially like back and forth. But the way it connects to music is Palestine, they're called Hamas. Hamas invaded Israel recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know, but there was so Israel's a very westernized country,
mm-hmm.
whereas Hamas is not. They're very,
traditional.
No, it's just their, what's the religion? It just fucking escapes me. Muslim, which is very counter to Christian, Catholic, Jewish lifestyles, right? And so the Israel people, or Israelites, whatever you want to call them, were having a festival, a music festival. And when they got invaded, they went straight for that festival and they raped, kidnapped, and executed a bunch of those festival goers.
Really?
And a lot of it had to do with the fact that, they see them as like very animalistic, right? They see them as like what they're doing is wrong. And, and it was just what set off the spark for the entire invasion. And not to say that, Israel's now killing a lot of people too and back and forth. It's a war, right? But dude, what really chaps my ass is that, like, when are people, regardless of religion, culture, whatever, like, we're all fucking animals, like, we're fucking monsters, but, like, when are people going to realize, like, that isn't the answer?
Yeah,
like,
I agree. Yeah.
Like, again, I'm going to go a little bit into history. Back in the 90s, Clinton actually got the leaders together, and they were super close to, like, creating, like, some sort of, like, a a deal to like have peace, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen because they couldn't have that conversation. To me, I feel like anything can be solved through conversation, right? But it's just not, and now it's just sparking into this huge thing. Anyway, so that's what really chaps my ass, though, is the fact that, sorry to get serious, guys, but I've been obsessed watching that stuff.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, like early like 90s, I remember watching this HBO special about Gaza Strip, and I felt like it was my first like, holy fuck, like the world is a messed up place type experience. And so I've always been obsessed with what's going on there, but it's been relatively neutral with the occasional skirmish here and there. But this is like now full on fucking war. Like, people are being killed.
Yeah, I mean, everywhere you turn. I love the news. I'm a news guy, right? Well, let me step back. I'm a local news guy. If I'm off,
you're local, like you're a crazy news guy.
Loco, yeah. My routine, because I'm a creature of habit. At 4:00, I have to watch the news and edit my YouTube video for the day.
Yeah.
Like I have to have the news playing in the background somehow.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I've tried to keep up with it, but I mean, I didn't know it was to that extent.
Yeah, and it was completely. They were blindsided.
Yeah.
That's why
there was a lot of talk of the music festival, right? Because a lot of Americans were there, and other people were there. So, but I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was old school rape and pillage. You know? What I mean?
Dude.
I thought it was like they were dropping bombs on this music festival.
No, like they even kidnapped. Like there's a bunch of Americans that have been kidnapped. They're being tortured. Women were raped. Like tons and tons of women were raped. Paraded through the streets, whether they were dead or not.
That's
like, dude,
horrible,
like that's just like, to me, that's so animalistic. That's so just, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying it has to do with religion. I'm not saying, but I don't know what culture thinks it's okay to do something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just, I know again, I have these conversations, like Pepe and I have this conversation a lot, where at the end of the day, it's like, we're still animals.
Yeah.
But dude, like you figure that society, like being able to rationalize and just be somewhat intelligent creatures, you figure that we'd be able to like come up above that kind of stuff. And not like if I had to go to war, for example, I put myself in their shoes. If I had to go to war sucks, right? But if it's your job and you're a soldier and you got to go to war, you got to do what you got to do. And I understand things snap, things happen. But as it is, I feel like it would be hard to kill somebody, right?
Yeah.
But to even go that extra level to parade them and to like show off and be proud of what, like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just an American thing. I don't know.
It could be. I mean, a lot of it does have to do with culture, right?
Yeah.
Like what we view as wrong.
And by the way, I teach a class called War and Culture. So I talk a lot about this stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Do you interrupt your students when they're talking
I
to you?
do all the fucking time. All the fucking time.
I lost my train of thought. But yeah, it sucks, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though. Like, now I feel bad for not having to chat my ass that serious.
Which I don't like to get serious on this show, but I felt like I had to because of what's going on.
Yeah. I agree, man. It's bad. We're praying for everybody. Well, I am. He's not. You know, it's a horrible situation. Hopefully everybody comes out on the right side of it and this ends sooner than later.
Plus, I have a soft spot for Jewish people. Like my sister, she's Jewish.
Yeah. My cousin's husband, they've been married, Sherry's husband, he's Jewish, you know what I mean? Like I have a soft spot for people, period.
Right.
Although I will say, maybe I do have a chaps in my ass lately. Or today.
What is it?
I do.
Did I interrupt you?
Interrupters. I here lately, I don't know what it is. We've had a lot on our plate. I've got a lot of shit on my mind. You know what I mean? Like my mind is circling, and I've always prided myself on being able to, right? I don't let people break me.
Right.
I used to be unshakable, but things lately have been fucking breaking me.
Yeah.
Like I haven't told you, but because you'll just interrupt me while I'm talking. But like things have been making me mad, like blackout mad. Like I can't control my temper lately, and I cannot control my zen that I always want to do.
Really?
So it's chapping my ass that things are affecting me to that degree to where I can't even get a hold of myself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like what? Is there anything you can share?
No.
Oh.
No. I could offline, right? Like when we're done, because it has
so
to
it's more personal stuff, not like public stuff.
It has to do with people that listen to this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
so it's not going to be like what was that movie we saw when we were kids? Breaking whatever, where the guy just goes nuts. He's in traffic and he's just like he loses.
Oh yeah, with Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
It honestly, dude, not gonna lie to you, the past like 3 weeks, I've almost gotten to where like I got to that fuck it point.
Like you're gonna go kill people?
I wouldn't kill them. I might hug them to death.
Adrian's a lover, not a fighter. People.
I don't know, dude. It's like I don't know what it is.
Like you just that like you're at a breaking point, like where you're just like you're gonna lose control of your normal calm.
Right, but that comes at other people's expenses, not mine.
Right.
Because it's all fun and games until I flip the switch, right? Because everyone knows, oh, I could fuck with this guy all I want. He's not going to say anything.
Right.
I can. Oh, Adrian's the take it guy. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. I could spit on his.
I mean, come on. I mean, you have created that reputation.
But lately, I haven't wanted to be.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose people, because when I go.
Yeah.
And this isn't a threat. This isn't I'm a tough guy. It's just when I go, I go.
So what you're saying is you're close to becoming me, because that's what I do. I don't have no fucking filter, and that's why I lose a lot of people in my life.
But yes and no, right? You like to go off the handle off on anybody.
Yeah. I
have the ability to shake off. I don't know you from Jesus, right? I don't.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't. Random people. But it's people that are close to me.
Right.
Then that's when I'm like, okay.
You know what you need to do?
Breathe it in.
You know, and a lot of people are going to think this is super superstitious, but I know you're superstitious anyways. Or whatever, just out there. Dude, I got to tell you something. And I think maybe I've told you already before. But, I go to those there's these events that they have where they sell crystals and they sell all that stuff. Well, one time I was looking at bracelets and...
Oh, you did tell me this.
Yeah, so for our listeners... there's bracelets. They say, oh, well, this bracelet will bring you love. This bracelet will do this. And then the girl was like, and this bracelet will repel anybody that's bad for your life. And I was like, I'll take it.
Give me 5.
So what was really weird is that I got the bracelet. I wore it. And dude, people started dropping like flies around me. Even one very close to us that I'm not going to mention. Mm-hmm. Isn't that weird?
What you told me the other day?
Yeah. Just... up and gone.
Yeah.
And could be total coincidence. I don't know. But anyways, the fucking bracelet broke the other day. And so we actually found the girl. And she was like, you know what that means, right? And I was like, no. And she was like, that means when a bracelet breaks like that means it served its purpose. It's done. And I was like, well, I need another one.
Yeah. Because I'm still here. You haven't been able, dude. You're not going to. Try all you want with all your trickery and your witchcraft. I'm not going anywhere, dude.
So yeah, she's gonna make me another one though.
Can you get me one?
But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. You need one of those.
Well, can you get me one? I'm asking.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, awesome. I do. And it's not a negative people thing. It's just I take too much shit. Right. My biggest thing is people come out.
What I'm saying is those people are bad for you though.
People come mouth off to me all they want because they know it.
Yeah.
But
I do it all the time.
If I were to do it,
yeah, I'm
an asshole. And I'm not going to be your friend anymore. And I can't believe it. And fuck you.
Wait, are you talking about me right now?
Are you talking about me? Are you talking? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all fun and games. But why are you talking to me? What the fuck? Because that's how you talk to me.
Yeah.
You like it?
Right.
No, because I don't fucking either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Moving on. That's my chaps, my ass. I'm letting people get to me. And it's never happened to me.
Right.
You've
always been a very passive person.
Yeah.
Almost to a fault though. But I've always called you out on that. I've always told you, dude, why do you take so much shit? Like,
dude,
why?
When I start spraying, everyone's getting sprayed. Okay.
Dude, but I can take it and I'll be like, yeah, well, fuck, it's been 20 years. About time.
Moving on. That's what chaps my ass. People stop fucking with me.
We're gonna skip Let It Riff just because you didn't have one, and I'll save mine for next week because those are hard to come up with. So let's get into what song blows my thong off.
Okay. I'm going to make mine quick. The new album is coming out within I think it's next week. So in honor of the new release of DJ Shadow's new album, One of the singles on the new album is called Sad and Lonely. I almost shit myself when I heard that song. I have OCD. I got this weird thing. When a band's coming out with a new album, I only allow myself to listen to one song because I don't want to get stuck to... I only listen to one song one time because then you're always partial to that song. When the album comes out, you just want to go to that song.
Yeah.
That's my weird thing about it. So anyway, DJ Shadow, Sad and Lonely.
Cool. I went with... When's that coming out, by the way?
Next week.
Okay.
The 18th, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Send it to me when it does. Curious.
Yeah.
All right.
I pre-ordered a CD and a cassette.
So I've been hearing this song. In one of my cars, I have Sirius Radio, so I always love listening to Alt Nation. Alt Nation has helped me to experience a lot of really good bands, and just recently, I want to say maybe a couple months now, maybe a month. Blur released a new song.
Oh yeah,
The Narcissist.
Yeah,
I cannot get enough of that song.
It's a great fucking song. It's a great fucking band. Period.
So good.
Ever since Damon Albarn moved on to the Gorillaz, that's been his whole thing for the past like 20 years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So and then it's I don't know the history of them, but
who the
it's
Gorillaz?
Well, like that dude.
Yeah.
He's the singer for the Blur, right?
For Blur, yeah.
Blur. So my understanding is that they took a huge break because of the Gorillaz, and now he's back.
Yeah.
Like it's the first time they've written or done anything in a very long time.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, if you haven't heard Blur, The Narcissist, oh my God, it's such a good song.
I agree.
Cannot get enough of that song.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the chat.
So today I chose an artist. I know I've spoke about him before, but he's taking this weird hiatus, right? And I'm hoping that my energy and pushing him back into the music sphere will get to him, right? Through some weird form of law of attraction and vibration, because we need more of his music. I chose one of my favorite. He doesn't even call himself a rapper, but for the sake of the genre of what he does, I went with Hobo Johnson. If you guys are into real hip hop, right? What I like to say, everyone has their own opinion. He's more of a poet. He does like this spoken word type style of hip hop, but it's the things he says, how he says them, phrases things, all of it. The music is phenomenal. He has his own band. I forgot what they're called. But Hobo Johnson, check him out.
So I was really bummed because he came here recently.
Yeah, dude, like 4 or 5 months ago.
And I totally missed it.
Yeah,
I really wanted to go.
I chose not to go, but yeah.
I think it would have been the same situation though, like last night. It'd been a bunch of like high school girls and stuff. My daughter wanted to go.
Yeah. And I already got, I didn't want to get COVID back then.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, even though you just got it
anyway.
But yeah. All right. Hobo Johnson's badass. I love that dude.
Yep.
All right. Let's get into... Oh, no, wait. We skipped Let It Riff.
Yeah, I don't have either one today.
Oh, okay. So we're going to skip both.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into our challenge results of Scorpions versus Tiger Army.
Okay. You want to go first? Or
you go first.
Okay. So.
Fuck, I just realized I forgot who my new challenge for you is. It was a good one, too.
That's why you write it down, way.
I know. I normally do.
Your notes, way.
Maybe I did somewhere. All right, go for it.
So, Scorpions, right off the bat, I went to their discography. Because in my mind, Scorpions were like a mid-'80s band. Lo and fucking behold, their first album came out in 1972.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck? I got to go that far back?
It's amazing.
And let me tell you, there's a lot of fucking albums. I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't make it all the way through.
That's fine. A lot of the new shit kind of isn't that great anyway.
I went up to late 80s.
Okay, cool. Okay? Perfect.
So,
I should have told you that. Actually, Eric even called me and was like, you probably should have told him not to worry about the newer stuff. I was like, yeah, good point.
Typically, I tend not to, right? Yeah. Because the meat and potatoes are the beginning,
right,
and towards the middle, right? That's when when bands really form themselves, and you can see hear the evolution, right?
Right.
So that right off the bat blew my fucking mind, right? I was
really?
Like, God damn, that's crazy. I got to go that far.
Oh, I thought you meant like in a good way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got all excited for a second there.
There's a song, Lonesome Crow, I think is the name of the album. Very 70s, okay? So I can kind of lump the first 3 albums together.
Mm-hmm.
Very 70s. It's got that typical 70s sound. You can hear the Led Zeppelin It's I don't know the names of the bands, but I felt like I was watching Dazed and Confused.
Mm-hmm.
That type of
Gotcha.
rock music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there was a song. Oh yeah, I even wrote that here. A lot of Robert Plant in the vocals in the earlier days. I will say, I don't know, because you've been challenging me more with 70s bands. The 80s vocalists are synonymous with the vibrato, right? The I don't know where that came from. This is the first time I've heard it in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
From the bands that you've shown me. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Robert Plant did it,
Right.
but he did it the 80s metal way
Right,
that
right,
I'm
right,
used
right.
to,
He's
right?
got a hell of a voice.
So did he create that? Was it like
I couldn't say, but yeah, I mean, Scorpions don't get as much credit as they should get. They are originators for a lot of things.
Real quick, the creepiest part about this scene is her hand just sitting like this the whole fucking time.
Yeah, right?
The whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a song called Leave Me. It's a great song, mellow and spacey. On the album Fly to the Rainbow, same vibe, nothing sticks out, right? So we get to the album In Trance. That album is when I heard the Scorpions.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded more metal,
Right.
It was a darker album. The only bands I can compare it to is like Black Sabbath, right? It had like that darker metal,
Distortion.
like a real stark comparison to Fly Me to the Rainbow to Trance. It was like, the fuck just happened? There's like two different bands,
Right. That's where you start to hear the distortion cranked up and
more of that
guitar solos.
yeah. more metal, right? But then,
Although I will say in the 70s era, Michael Schenker does some pretty fucking crazy solos that I feel almost set the stage for future solos that he doesn't get a lot of credit for.
I can give you that, yeah. But I heard more of that type of stuff here.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right, of course.
On that album. But then you go into the next album, which is Virgin Killer, and then it's like they mixed them both.
Mm-hmm.
They went back to the 70s stuff, like the typical rock.
Right.
And then they had a few of like what you would hear on In Trance, right? That was a good album. In Trance, to me, so far, as I'm going down, is the best album. So as I just kept going down the discography, so as I kept going down, it was just kind of like the same, right? Everything was kind of
usually
just like,
when you go down, it is the same.
well, because I only go down on the same
It's been
fucking
25
guy.
years.
I only go on the same guy. So I get to the album Blackout.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Go.
That's the Scorpions to me.
Right.
That when I heard that
Yeah.
from jump, I was like, okay,
Did you see the cover?
this will, yeah,
The
but
forks in the eyes?
yeah. I said, okay, this is what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Anything pre-Blackout, I was like, who am I listening
Right,
to?
right.
Even vocally,
Right.
it's like he came into his own here.
Mm-hmm.
Great singer in the past, right? Like his vocals are phenomenal, but here,
Right.
is when it really fell through. So that's a great album. Love at First Sight was a good album. So here now I'm just gonna I got up to 88 Savage
perfect.
Amusements.
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah.
So everything there is that Scorpion sound, right? That metal 80s metal sound. There's a lot of nostalgia in this band for me without even knowing it, realizing
Like
it.
Pearl Jam did to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So Rock You Like a Hurricane. For those of you who don't live in El Paso, we still do, but it's a shittier
They
version.
still play it on rotation every day.
Yeah. But we have a amusement park called Western Playland.
Mm-hmm.
We still have it. It sucks. Where it used to be, it was awesome. There was this ride called the Himalaya, which
Yeah.
was this thing that just fucking spun and spun and spun and spun. But every song on that ride was a metal song.
Yeah.
And Rock You Like a Hurricane, almost without fail,
Yeah.
every time I got on that fucking ride, was on.
There was always some metal guy running the booth,
Yeah.
long hair, just like jamming out.
Yeah. So as soon as that song came on, I can smell the fucking churros. I can smell the popcorn. Like I just felt like I was at Western Playland again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I didn't know this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a favorite Scorpion song.
Really?
I didn't know it was a Scorpion. So everybody knows I'm a huge movie buff. I'll watch anything, any genre, any style. I love movies. I love film, period. One of my favorite movies on earth is Teen Wolf 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no idea the song Send Me an Angel
Oh,
was the Scorpions.
yeah.
When that came on, I was like, what the fuck is going
yeah,
on
yeah,
here?
yeah.
So I do have a favorite Scorpion song, only because it came out in Teen Wolf.
That's cool.
And I love that
Yeah,
part.
yeah. Of course, it's that again that nostalgia.
Yeah. So I like them.
Yeah.
Do I love them? I'm borderline,
Uh-huh.
right? I'm not going to lie, because you have history with this band and you say that this is almost the band that created you.
Yeah.
Makes me like them a whole lot more.
Right.
Because it's you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for the first time, I haven't said this in a few challenges when it comes to this style of music. I am going to go back and listen to them.
Really?
Like I actually want to, I want to finish this on my own,
Yeah. Oh wow.
because there's a difference, right? Like they're grouped into that 80s metal band, but they don't sound like Poison and Motley Crue.
Right. Like
They're like
they have
on their own.
They're very musical.
They're mature.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very like their ballads are epic.
They're
Their melodies
I'm not yeah.
are on just on a different level.
I'm not going to go as far as saying the guys in Motley Crue and Poison and Rat are not musicians, but these guys are musicians
Yeah.
Like their musical capability is
It's different.
far
yeah,
greater
it's yeah. I know exactly, and if you heard them, you kind of understand. I know exactly what you're saying. It's hard to put that into words, but yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
but
it's just a
overall-
different level of musicianship.
right. In that genre, in that space that I'm not a huge fan of, these guys stick out for me.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm going to give it a 10 and I'm going to go back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. I attribute Blackout,
Mhm.
the album with the forks in the eyes. Going back to what we've spoken about, how back in the day, Eric and I would go and we would just look at album covers.
Yeah.
I think that kind of like sparked a lot of that, because it
Really?
was like, I remember I used to just look at that album cover and I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
obviously fake, but still, it's just like the idea of it.
Yeah.
And so, we would go look at album covers, and that's how we would discover music, was like the more fucked up the album cover, like going back to what you said about Brujeria. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right. And real quick on that topic, real fast. We had brought it up a few episodes ago, but now that CDs and vinyls and all these things are they seem to be coming to their end.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't understand that. For me as a kid, the artwork, the booklet was a part of the experience.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that we're losing that is fucking super sad. Now we get a picture, a thumbnail. That's all we get.
Yeah.
Back in the day, all you wanted to do was listen to that album. And the first time you had to take a shit, you wanted to take that fucking CD inlet and just sit there and fucking dissect the lyrics. Look at all the artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super sad that that's fucking going away.
And I'm impartial. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know you
whatever.
are.
Like, I used to do that too,
Yeah.
but I'm like, that's just less clutter, less things I need to worry about collecting dust.
Yeah.
But last night at Cigarettes After Sex, they were selling CDs and cassettes.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
But awesome. Well, I'm really glad.
Yeah.
Makes me want to go back and listen. I haven't listened to them in a long
I'm going to rock
time.
you like a hurricane when we're done.
That's funny, because that's the one song I can't stand, because Kaylee Q overplayed
Yeah.
that fucking song.
Yeah.
So here I am, rocking like a hurricane.
See, you're going to get it right now, buddy.
All right. So I was challenged with Tiger Army.
Yep.
Hated it. No, I'm just
Z formation.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm going to start off by saying this. Had I heard them back when they were the big thing,
Mhm.
I would have hated it.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
It gave me flashbacks of like this moment in time when, we talk a lot of smack about the kids nowadays and
Mhm.
how they're reliving the 90s,
Yeah.
but we forget to talk smack about the kids, our generation at this time, when they were trying to relive the 50s or 60s or whatever, right?
Gussie, close your ears.
Well, with the exception of Gus. Honestly, I wanted to make a point to say this.
You're gonna-
Gus was the only one that from day one to still now, that was just his style. And that was unique because it was like nobody else did that.
Because he was doing that in the early 90s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
When nobody was doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there was this transition where like the punk rock kids and the skaters and all of a sudden decided they wanted to be rockabilly.
Yeah.
And that annoyed me so bad, which is probably why I never got into this band, and probably why I never, I actually kind of started to separate myself from that crowd. There was a place, remember La Tuya, that everybody would go.
Yeah.
And I would just be like sitting there like annoyed. A lot of people are gonna hate me for that, but I don't know. So it allowed me to listen to this. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of messages. It allowed me to listen to this in a clear state of mind. And I will tell you, dude, the very fucking first song that I heard has been in my head since the day I heard it. Every single fucking day.
And you're talking first album, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know what song you're talking about.
It is so fucking catchy. So a couple things. I remember always hearing about Tiger Army. Never really gave him a chance. Maybe I may have heard something and just turned it off because of the association, like I just mentioned. First off, I didn't realize he was such a good vocalist.
Oh yeah, Nick 13 has got an amazing voice.
Really good fucking vocalist.
His solo project, ridiculous.
Yeah, like I almost feel like it's so good. Like I don't know, that I felt like I wanted to hear it in a different style, like over a different style of music.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, the stand-up bass, which by the way, you know, we did a song recently, not one of ours, we did it for another artist where you brought a stand-up bass, your brothers, and you know, we were messing with the stand-up bass, and you were showing me how like the bass clicks, and you know, you hear that a lot, and I heard that recording, and I was like, damn, how did they get the clicks to be so low? Because when we did it, it was like, damn, those clicks are loud.
Yeah.
But like it's obviously like super like you got to be super talented to do that kind of stuff, and to the level that they do it.
Yeah.
So anyways, it just kind of made me wrap my head around like the production and like, fuck, how do they get it to sound like that? So I'm kind of curious and kind of now want to experiment a little bit more with the bass.
It's not all you want to experiment with.
But honestly, so I really liked what I heard. I will tell you that when I was listening to it and my wife heard me listening to it, she normally doesn't like say much about music, but she looked at me and she was like, I fucking hate this. She was like, turn it off. But for me, I got to say I enjoyed it. But I will say that I felt like it was just kind of a lot of the same thing.
Okay, but through the evolution of the band, you didn't hear... Because the earlier stuff, there was a lot of punk, a lot of psychobilly type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you get to music from regions beyond, even Ghost Tigers, like it got way more melodic.
It did, but I still felt at the end of the day, like it didn't, nothing really jumped out at me. Like the way you said the Scorpions did, nothing jumped out at me. Like I will still listen to them. Don't get me wrong, because believe it or not, you want to know what I liked about it? It contradicts everything I've ever said on this show. I like the country
twang
component to it.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah.
It was like almost just somehow soothing.
Because if you think about... Gussie's going to kill me if I don't get this right. But this is not rockabilly. This is psychobilly, right? Which is the components of psychobilly with punk and a little bit of metal.
What's the difference?
Rockabilly is that straight country. Yes. Like Elvis, when Elvis did it, when his bass player would do it, like that's the rockabilly.
So you think this
style.
is more rockabilly, or you're saying
No,
this is more psychobilly?
This is psychobilly.
Oh, okay,
but
gotcha.
as they got more melodic, you can hear a little more of the rockabilly in there. You know what I mean?
I could see that.
Yeah, rockabilly and psychobilly are two different things.
So weird.
Yeah, dude, I've been listening to this band since 1999. Gussie was the first person I've ever known to listen to this band.
Huh. Are they still together? I didn't research that yet. Are they still playing and stuff? Because I know they used to play here a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume they are.
Oh, okay.
Their last album, 2019.
I kind of got lost. I like it. Nothing really stood out to me, though. Nothing stood out, but I feel like it's because I need to listen to it more often to have those songs jump out at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, like that one song.
Yeah.
I literally wake up every morning with that song in my head. I don't know what it's called, but
I should have given you my favorites so you can kind of...
Yeah. It's...
Forever Fades Away. Fucking amazing.
I will say it was good. It was a lot better overall. It was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It came to me at a good time because, like I said, if this would have been years ago, I would have hated it. But now I was able to digest it in a different way.
Yeah.
I really have an appreciation for it. Production-wise was great. His voice is great. I just felt like musically I was asking for more because it was just a lot of the same.
Yeah, and you're gonna find that within like. There's another band called the Necromantics, right?
Yeah, they just played recently.
I love them, but they're a little more heavier, right?
Right.
The Horror Pops, they got a female singer. She plays the bass while she's singing. They're a great band, but they're a little more on the cheeky side for me, where it's like an intentional, like, I want to be rockabilly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As to where Tiger Army, for me, they're at the forefront because I had never heard anything like that in 1999, right? So, but you'll hear that they have a little more musicianship than other rockabilly.
So where does this
bands.
band stand? I did a couple of shows with Reverend Horton Heat. Are they in the same?
I mean, I guess you could throw,
because I know they were real big.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I know it's not as like punk rock.
I wouldn't call Reverend Horton Heat psychobilly. I'd say they're more rockabilly.
Okay, I don't even remember what they sound like. I just remember playing with them and seeing the stand-up bass. I think they had the stand-up bass. I don't know. I could be getting it totally wrong, but we did play a couple shows with them. But yeah, I mean, overall, I will go back. I will listen. I'm pretty sure it's something that will grow on me because, again, I do like those two main things to me was like that country, fucking weird, that country-esque component.
Dude, just
and the singer.
Learn to embrace it.
It's because it's very like old school country, like I tell you. I don't like the new stuff.
Yeah, you like Merle Haggard and that kind of
you know,
Johnny Cash. Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Anyways,
awesome.
It was a good challenge.
Awesome. I honestly, not gonna lie, I thought you were gonna love them.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, and you're gonna hate me for this, and Gus, sorry if you're listening, watching, whatever.
He does both.
If it didn't have so much of the stand-up bass, as much as I love it, I feel like that's what took away from it.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
to me, that's my favorite part about it.
I figured.
Yeah. All right, on to the new ones.
All right, you go first.
I'm going to challenge. This is going to be easy. There's only 2 full albums. I decided to take it easy on you because I've been throwing it at you pretty hard, and some of the music. Let me see. I want to be correct on
mine. I think I'm looking to see how many. Mine's going to be pretty easy too, actually.
So 3 full albums.
Okay, that's funny because mine is 4 full albums actually.
Very easy. I've mentioned this band before. One of their songs was on my what's our song thing called?
Spotify?
No. Blows My Thong Off.
Oh.
Yeah. So, extensive history. This guy used to be the ex-singer of Norma Jean before Corey. Ex-singer of this band called The Chariot.
Uh-huh.
The guitar player of The Chariot is now, or was, the guitar player for The Fever.
Okay.
333.
Uh-huh.
They're a 2-piece. 2 guys, a guitar player and a drummer. So I'm going to challenge you with 68. One of my favorite bands on fucking earth.
68?
Yeah.
I prefer 69, but whatever.
You're about to get one.
Okay. Well, this band, this artist, I should say, I know you know who they are. I've sent you stuff before. I just don't think you've gotten extensively into it. And if you have, I don't think you've gotten extensively into it in recent years, the last couple of years.
Okay.
It's, I want to say 4 albums. Let me see. Yeah, 4 albums. They just came out with an album this year.
Okay.
But what brought me back to them, and I know that this came out in 2020, but it just barely showed up on my Spotify playlist. They did a cover from, what's that guy? I don't really care for his music, but I love this song. He's very American, very bluesy.
Only Americans do this.
What's his fucking name?
Clay Aiken.
He sings the "I'm on Fire" song.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. So he did a cover of Bruce Springsteen's "I'm on Fire," which I love that song, and he did a really good cover. And it got me really listening to his later stuff, and I'm like, God, I liked him before, but now I really, really, really love what he's doing. Yeah. I'm going to challenge you with Gus Dapperton.
No, you're not.
Why?
You're fucking not.
Are you serious?
I love Gus Dapperton.
The latest stuff.
All of it. Me and my kid go back and forth about Gus D. We call him that all the time. Gussie D. The king of bedroom pop.
Well, shit, Adrian. Now I've got to go to backup then.
Okay, go to backup.
Let me think about it.
Gus Dapperton is the king of bedroom pop.
So you've been listening to the latest album.
I listened to all of his stuff.
You know, I introduced you to him, right? I hope you tell my kids that.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Did
I did. I swear to God.
Look,
Those pinkies are on fire. And there's a reason they're on fire. I did.
Oh, did you?
I even sent you the video. I sent you the video of one of his original songs that he did where he's all dancing like a weirdo.
Oh, that was you?
Yes.
I don't feel like giving you credit for that.
Fuck the hell. I showed it to my kids, our kids,
Yeah.
first.
I'm going to tell Aiden.
But all right, I was going to challenge you with that. Let me see. Okay, fine. I want to go back. Here, keep it entertain everybody while I figure something out.
Who wants to hear a song?
Keep talking.
Mm.
So yeah. Oh, I know who I'm gonna challenge you with.
Who?
And I've probably challenged you before, but I'm gonna do it anyways. That's right. I had him on the back burner. I don't think you've ever actually I've shown you a song that I love from them, but I don't think you've ever really just dove deep. And it's really gonna be easy for you because I think they barely got back together, and I don't think they've really done a whole lot since. Hold on. It's coming.
Ooh, can't wait.
All right, so they go back from 2011, but my favorite album from them, the one that kind of blew them up, is in 2013. It's called Mom and Dad. And this is literally two dudes. It's all pretty much, for the most part, electronic.
Okay.
And you're going to know because I've sent it to you. I've showed you them many, many times, but I don't think you've ever, again, listened a whole lot. And then they did come out with an album in 2020. And then just recently they came out with one in 2023. So they're back and they're doing it. And they are called Cherub.
Cherub.
Okay.
My
My favorite song from them ever, which is the one I've shown you probably a billion times.
Yeah, I do remember you talking
called
about
Doses and Mimosas.
Yes. Okay.
I really want you. What I love about these guys is musically they're good. They don't get as much credit as they deserve. These guys should be blowing up the charts, especially with that song. I just love their persona. It's gonna give you. Remember when we used to have the studio on Schuster?
Yeah.
It's gonna give you those kind of vibes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, now you're
There's
making me.
just something about it. Watch the video before you listen to anything. Watch the video for Doses and Mimosas,
Okay.
and it's gonna give you the vibes of that time.
I just love the fact that they're named Cherub
Because of Smashing Pumpkins.
Cherub Rock.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna.
And Eric's a little cherub.
Yeah, so that's gonna be my challenge. I had that one on the back burner for a long time, but I just forgot to. I
Okay.
hadn't written it down. in
Oh,
a
good.
while.
Yeah, I know you've shown me one or two songs, so yeah,
Mhm.
I'm excited about this one.
That album though, Mom and Dad, from beginning to end, listen to the other stuff. It's good, but what I really want you to focus on that album the most.
Mom and Dad.
Which is crazy because I believe it was that album that came out, and I think it did really good. And then after that, I don't know. I feel like I guess it didn't hit as well with the stuff that they did, so they kind of fell off for a little while. But amazing.
Awesome. I'm excited. Cherub versus 68.
69.
And we're about to do a 69 on this table.
All right, so this episode was
Long and weird.
all
and
over the place.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Thanks for our special guest, Ricky, for answering
Yeah.
the phone.
Sorry you guys are going to hear a little bit of that, but we don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, we fucking don't. He goes left pretty quick. But it's
I
just,
knew where it was going when he says, am I on speaker wave?
yeah.
I'm like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it. But we went with it just because I was curious to see what he was going to say.
Yeah.
So anyhow, anything else?
Nope, that'll do it. Till next week, everybody. And next week's gonna be at your house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do a Halloween episode. This is as Halloween as we could get here. But
Yeah, we still have
wanted-
3 left till Halloween. We have next week, the week after, and the week of Halloween.
Yeah,
So we have,
at least 2. At least 2, maximum 3 for sure. And with those, we're going to do Halloween
why,
stories.
because of your schedule?
No, just saying because I know if we plan for 3, that's great. But chances are we'll do 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
All right, everybody. Till next time. Thank you for checking us out. Check out all of our channels, our friends, Exiled, Whip Shaded and Faded,
All those
Grind Too
dad
Hard.
podcasters
Yeah.
show.
Grind Too Hard, Dad Podcaster Show. And yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.